Hi there, Jeff Teper from Microsoft. For those of you who don't know me, I created the SharePoint team a few years ago and now lead our focus on Microsoft 365 collaboration with SharePoint, OneDrive, and Microsoft Teams. And I am thrilled to be joining you in this Microsoft 365 Saturday. It's always a privilege to be part of these community events, and thank you so much to the team that put them on. You really are the best community in tech. You organize these events in person or online to give people access to the latest roadmaps, best practices, give people networking opportunities. And we're really excited whether you call them SharePoint Saturdays or Teams Tuesdays or Microsoft Mondays, whatever you call them, we're so thrilled and thankful for all the support that you've given us and the great events that the speakers and organizers put on for all of you. So as part of just giving an introduction, I thought I'd give a little bit of framing what we're trying to do with Microsoft 365's core collaboration tools. Clearly, the world has changed in the last several months with COVID, and that more and more customers are turning to the cloud for remote collaboration, meetings, chat, and applications and more. And so it's really a privilege and a responsibility for us at Microsoft to do the best we can to address the needs of schools and small businesses and governments and large organizations around the world and invest to meet your needs. And if I think about the work we've done over the last few years together, this didn't happen overnight. In fact, some of you might remember back in 2008, at the SharePoint conference, Bill Gates announced Microsoft Online Services would be available for all customers. That was our first big, bold moment in the cloud. And we started taking feedback and investing, and a few years later introduced Office 365 as our new brand for our cloud services. And continue to invest. A big moment for me was May 4th of 2016, where we introduced the new SharePoint experience, new user experience, modern development platform connections to what would become Teams via the group's infrastructure. And the next year, we introduced Microsoft Teams, our hub for teamwork, bringing calls, chats, and meetings in one place. And we announced that Office 365 had grown to 85 million monthly active users. 3 years later, on the third Teams anniversary, we were able to share that Teams had grown to 75 million daily active users, part of the 250 million monthly active users that Office 365 used, and that SharePoint was growing faster than ever, adding more users every day than ever before. In fact, 10 times growth in SharePoint in just the last 4 years. So thank you so much. Your investment in Office 365 helped us invest in data centers and features and being part of events like this. And we were really grateful for the opportunity to serve the needs of organizations around the world. We're moving faster than ever, and sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming. And so people have asked me to just make it simple. How do you think about your strategy? Well, Satya has outlined that Microsoft 365, our ambition is to be the world's productivity cloud to help organizations and individuals of all sizes around the world achieve more. And I think when it comes down to it, we're in our part of Microsoft 365 focused on the core collaboration services, communications with Microsoft Teams, and content with SharePoint. And we think about this for end users, developers, and IT. And there's a lot there, and I won't go through it all, but just the two big pieces from us is Microsoft Teams is our hub for teamwork. It brings together all those communication services, chat, calls, meetings, and collaboration tools, including SharePoint, but many more, into one place. And then we've got SharePoint, which powers all our intelligent content experiences, of course, inside Teams, but inside OneDrive and gorgeous SharePoint sites, our new knowledge experiences with Microsoft Cortex for generating topics across Microsoft 365. So Teams for communications, SharePoint for content, you bring them together, you get collaboration. And so we think about this both as the foundation that we're building on for the future, but also how people should build applications. We sit on the layer of Azure services, the Microsoft 365 graph, and the Power Platform, and then people can build apps on the communications and content services that we provide. Again, inside Teams, inside the browser in a SharePoint site, inside a custom app, it may be a Power App, or just about anything else you can imagine building on Teams and SharePoint. So with that, that's a quick overview of what we're doing. You'll see our virtual Ignite conferences coming up. We'll be sharing a lot more news there. And thank you so much for all your support of Microsoft 365.